Okay then, we should be live. What is up guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to the channel, another live stream to the channel. Thank you guys very much for tuning in live. If you're watching this video the playback, that's also awesome. Make sure you guys check out my most recent uploads. Anyways, I can't believe I'm saying this to kick off a live stream, but for once in a blue moon, we got a solid episode of SmackDown Live. And camera, can you work with me? Thank you very much. We actually got a solid episode of SmackDown. Not a lot of ranting or complaining to do here. I mean, that's really all I ask for when watching professional wrestling. All I ask for is like, hey, WWE, Impact, New Japan, whatever company it is, can you just give me a solid affair? Can you at least try to make me say, hey, this was solid, this was not a waste of my time? And I felt like with this week's edition of SmackDown, there wasn't a lot of time wasting. There wasn't a lot of things that just felt like, oh my God, like, why am I watching this? It was just more of like, okay, it's leading to something. A lot of the matches tonight were leading to matches that are going to happen either at the pay-per-view or the following week on SmackDown, which I liked a lot. I was saying, dang, this is all I asked for from weekly shows. Can you lead to something? Can you make me care why these people are wrestling besides the fact that, hey, they're freaking wrestling? Because there has to be more than just matches to make me excited for a wrestling show. I know most people disagree with me on that. I know a lot of people like to say matches are everything. But to me personally, I need a little bit more than just, hey, this is a good match between so-and-so wrestler. And tonight's episode of SmackDown, I felt gave that to me. I was saying, wow, what a solid affair by WWE. Wasn't bored during watching it. Felt it was a very coherent type of show. Not a lot to really complain about. Doesn't mean the show was good. Like, I wasn't overly excited. There wasn't anything that blew me away. But it was solid. I was able to sit there and watch it and just feel like a good vibe while watching it, which is very rare when it comes to watching the WWE product. I don't know what you guys thought about this week's SmackDown, but I thought it was a solid show. What's up, Mike? What's up, Kadeem? And what's up, Blue Knight in the chat? So anyway, SmackDown. Oh, well, Mike Blue Tea, that's not saying much. Raw was trash. We all know that show was trash last night. I mean, we don't need to do anything about that. But Miz TV kicked off SmackDown. Miz TV is kind of a good segment for SmackDown because it leaves less of a writing job for Road Dogg because he doesn't really have to think about what he needs to do. And so the Miz goes on and he talks about how he's having this new TV show, Miz and Mrs. Did a great job hyping up the crowd, invited the New Day out. The New Day were pretty much there so that way Miz could ask, hey, who's going to be in the Money in the Bank? New Day was just joking around, said, hey, we're not going to tell you. Miz said, okay, fine. Then they said Big E, and Miz is like, oh, Big E's going to be in the Money in the Bank. But then they said, no, you're going to face Big E. Miz said, no, I don't want to face him. And then later on, Miz walks away. Paige is backstage, and she's bad because she says that, like, oh, the Miz made this claim that he could beat the New Day anytime, anywhere, any one of them. You have to go do that right now. So we got Big E versus the Miz. Solid match between Big E and Miz. Miz wins because of the distraction, because of the bar. Simple stuff. Gee, it's so wonderful when you can actually do things simple, but not only have it where you interlude other feuds, because, you know, the New Day, they've been feuding with the Bar, and what is with my fucking camera? Can this shit just please stop being out of focus? Thank you very much. I hate my camera sometimes with this stupid annoyance. I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, man, it was a pretty solid affair. Solid match. You kept it simple. You did the right things. I don't know what else to really say. Like, it was just a solid opener to SmackDown and got me really going for what was to behold for tonight. Is it just my internet? I don't even know what's going on right now. But anyways, so the Miz goes on and he wins his match. Good stuff right there. Daniel Bryan's excited to face Jeff Hardy, as like most people watching. Lana versus Billie Kay. Now this match was actually hilarious, man. Like I was laughing my ass off during this match. Now, of course, I talked about this before. WWE likes to do this. Rusev's over. Rusev is hot. So, of course, they take whatever's over with Rusev and try to pair it with Lana because WWE still loves Lana. And I don't know how I really feel about this Lana Day stuff. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it. But it was a pretty funny exchange that we saw with Lana versus the Iconics. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. Good stuff. Like, that's a squash match that's fine for TV. You know, not every match needs to be some competitive, awesome, epic affair. Sometimes you need a little bit of humor And with this Rusev Day shtick, which is more of a funnier shtick, and what the Iconic duo were doing, and with Lana, I thought it was funny. I thought it hit the mark just well. I thought it was solid stuff. Notice I'm saying solid stuff a lot in this review, because that's just what this show was. It was a nice, solid thing. Really funny segment between them. Cien Almas speed up enhancement talent. The enhancement talent was over. Cien Almas did a decent job. Carmella said that she's ready to beat down Asuka. AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura's main event, not really main event segment, but them announcing what match is going to be taking place, the stipulation at Money in the Bank. I thought it was a nice little segment. Too much talking for Nakamura, though. Like, just in my personal opinion, I just thought for me personally, it was just kind of like, you know, Nakamura shouldn't really talk that much. Like, it was just a little bit too much talking for Nakamura. I felt AJ was just trying to rush the segment a little bit. I don't know. This segment just felt rushed. But then once they started getting down to the beatdown portion, which was pretty solid, and then when Nakamura was like counting down AJ every time he was down, I liked that. I liked how Shinsuke announced the last man standing match. You know, this segment was just an alright segment, but the impact of Shinsuke counting down and him counting like to 10, saying that's going to be a last man standing match, I liked that. I thought that was a good little touch. You know, normally the heel would just be like, oh, by the way, AJ, hope you could get up from the count to 10, because this is a last man standing. Because, you know, Shinsuke Nakamura's heel character is supposed to be someone that he likes to play these mind games with everyone. And, you know, he was playing good mind games with AJ Styles. He was tricking AJ Styles. He was like fooling around with him. So I like that. I really like that that Shinsuke Nakamura kind of did this whole counting down thing and everything like that. So I thought that was a fine little segment. You notice how much like calmer I am too doing these reviews when the show's solid? It's because there's not really much to really complain about. You just say, wow, finally I get something. And it doesn't mean the show's good. It's just like, when you get a solid show, it's just such a pleasant surprise. You just sit there and you're just like, oh man, that was chilling. You know, like, oh. Usos versus The Club. Now, this came as a surprise to me. The Club ended up winning after a decent tag team match between these two. And I was sitting there and I was saying to myself, why is The Club winning? And then I remembered Money in the Bank is in Chicago. And so I said, oh, that could be a reason, you know, get The Club with, you know, I guess a hometown crowd behind them. I don't know if Chicago loves The Club. I don't know if Luke Gallows gets the CM Punk love. I don't know if they still have the Bullet Club love. I mean, they still get the Too Sweet, woo, woo, Too Sweet, woo, woo chants going with them. So, I don't know. Maybe The Club is loved in Chicago. I mean, it's different than the Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers, but I just felt the Usos and Bludgeon Brothers kind of just ended. Like, it was just like, it ended out of nowhere. Like, there was no legit ending to the Usos and Bludgeon Brothers. It's just kind of like, we're done with it. I felt like there was like a little bit more to that story, but no, they just ended it. So now The Club are the new contenders to the tag team titles. I guess Bludgeon Brothers are going to retain for sure at Money in the Bank. Naomi beat up Sonya Deville in a whatever match. That's pretty much it. And then the second chance Money in the Bank match, Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan. The winner gets to take our boy on, Samoa Screaming Joe. Samoa Joe was on commentary, and boy, he was still doing what he does in his promos. You know, seeing these two enigmatic superstars really gets me happy. I really like to see my opponents when they take each other out. Like, god dang, even when he's on commentary, Samoa Joe has to do the screaming talk promos, like the whisper screaming promos. Like, come on, Joe, can't you just learn to talk normal? Can't you just be able to just say stuff in a normal way? Yeah, so Samoa Joe was on commentary. And you know what I hate the most too is when like the wrestlers are on commentary and they're wearing their ring gear. Like, why is Samoa Joe dressed to compete? He's just going to sit on commentary and just talk. He doesn't need to be dressed to compete. It's just a little thing that bugs me. But Bryan and Jeff Hardy, for what it was a solid main event. You know, when you look for TV main events, you want a match that is interesting enough to keep people watching, a match that has purpose and meaning, and also a match that will lead on to something that you would care about. And this Bryan versus Jeff Hardy match, the winner just got to face Samoa Joe next week for the chance to go into the Money in the Bank. So this was a solid TV match. My only little minor complaint is Jeff Hardy picks up another loss. I mean, the guy's are U.S. champion. He's your mid-card champion. You would think you would want your mid-card champion somewhat looking strong, because your mid-card champion, to the eyes of the people, that's the second best dude on the roster. I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, that's crazy to say, but no, he's the second champion. He's the champion people look at. And so when you think about it, the mid-card champion should always be someone who is like one of your top-tier guys. Jeff Hardy is the top-tier guy, so he's right for the mid-card championship. but he should be someone that's presented if he's as good as the world champion. And I just feel like Jeff Hardy has been taking a lot of losses, and I get it, he's Jeff Hardy. He doesn't need to win all that much. You know, he can take some losses here and there because of his name value. He doesn't really need to win that much, but he's the champion right now. So Jeff Hardy shouldn't be losing this matches. But at the same time, you have Daniel Bryan. You kind of don't want Daniel Bryan to take a little bit more losses either. So it was kind of like in this weird situation, this match that was pretty interesting to see. The first time ever between Daniel Bryan and Jeff Hardy. It was kind of a lose-lose situation for both guys in a sense, because you don't want Daniel Bryan to lose too much and you don't want Jeff Hardy to lose too much. But the match was a solid main event. What you want out of a TV main event for any company. Good stuff by Jeff Hardy and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan ends up picking the win with his, I guess, his new submission finisher, the heel lock. I mean, I guess that's what they're trying to do now. I don't know if they're trying to move away from the label lock. I don't know if they want Daniel Bryan just to move away from the flying knee. I don't know. But yeah, Daniel Bryan ends up winning with the heel lock. Afterwards, Daniel Bryan celebrates, and then Samoa Joe goes, Daniel, what is there to celebrate about? Because you know you gotta face me. And then it was just like, oh shit. And then it was just, that was a good little tension builder for the main event of next week's SmackDown. And that was the end of SmackDown. And that's the thing about this week's episode of SmackDown. A lot of things felt like they were building up to something for the pay-per-view, and a lot of things felt like they were building up to something for next week, which I like to see out of wrestling shows, is when you're building up something to next week, because then it gets me looking forward to next week's episode, because I would rather go into every week's show knowing at least one or two matches than going into a show completely blind. And at least with SmackDown this week, I know that I'm going to get that 6-man tag match with The Miz and The Bar taking down The New Day, and at least that had some build up in the opening of the show. The main event segment, you know, led to the main event for next week's SmackDown, so now I have Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe to look forward to. So those are two things I can look forward to. In the meantime, you also built up some stuff for Money in the Bank. Yes, it wasn't the best build up, but they at least built some stuff up. Like, you know, you had your Money in the Bank qualifiers. You filled up the women's Money in the Bank a little bit with Lana and God, what's her face? Naomi winning their matches. You got a new contender to the tag team titles at Money in the Bank. You know, Carmella cut her promo on Asuka. So overall, to me personally, SmackDown was just a solid show. Doesn't mean it was good. Doesn't mean it was great. Like I said, if there was something that blew me away, oh, this would have got a good rating. If this was something that I felt they executed perfectly, it would be great. But what I look for in wrestling shows is, like, you know, a lot of people don't understand this. If you're a weekly show and you're putting on a solid effort week in and week out, I take that. Because I know how hard it is probably trying to produce 2 hours of television. I know how hard it is to try to, like, make it where it's like, oh, you know, trying to make it everything live and make sure it goes off without a hitch. I get that. But for me personally, when it comes to a wrestling show, I want solid affairs every week. And then when you get to that pay-per-view has to blow me away. That's what I expect for wrestling shows. You know, some people may think that's fair, some people may think that's unfair, but hey, man, when I'm sitting through SmackDown, and trust me, man, I wish I could have done this review earlier, but some people were like, hey, Chase, you want to watch the Warriors game? And I was like, yeah, I'll go watch the Warriors game with y'all. I wanted to watch the Warriors game a little bit with some homies for a bit and stuff like that. And I felt bad kind of like leaving SmackDown high and dry, but I was just like, hey, man, I want to kick it with some friends real quick, you know? They don't want to watch no SmackDown and everything like that. So, yeah, overall, though, SmackDown Live was a very solid affair. I actually suggest to a lot of people, check out this whole episode. Like, most of the time when I do these reviews, I say only check out certain things. This is definitely one of those shows where you could say, hey, man, check out the whole episode. It's actually worth your time. It's not, like, ultra terrible. Like, it wasn't a bad show whatsoever. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, anyways, guys, wow, what a short review this was. But yeah, that's the ending of the review portion of this live stream. Now we get to move on to the Q&A portion. So if you guys enjoyed the review portion, thank you guys very much. If you guys are leaving because you only like the review portion, because I have people like that. They just really care for the review. They could care less about the Q&A. But if you guys are leaving after the review portion, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys subscribe. But now it's time for the Q&A portion. Nothing much. Everything pro wrestling. Everything's good. You know, I watched the Warriors choke away. Good game 4 between them and the Houston Rockets. SmackDown was solid. It was overall a good night, man. So it was a chill night. I got work tomorrow, so it's chilling. How do I feel about Fox taking SmackDown? It's good. you know, a wrestling company is on a big major network like Fox, one of the 4 major networks that all cable providers have, you know, is in Fox. My question is it going to be taped or not? That's something that I need to find out. But I like it. I have no problem with WWE making $1 billion for SmackDown. Did I like the ball game? It was cool. It was a good ball game. You know, a lot of people overrating it just because it's one of the better ball games that we've seen. But really, to be honest, I hate when the Warriors are down because they take stupid 3-point shots that they shouldn't be taking and they forget that ball movement exists. I literally made my video on that Blue Knight. I talked about it in my video, but I just thought it was the most dumbest thing that I've seen. Like, here's the thing. Why are you choosing guys for that, man? Like, why are you trying to make, like, it insults, like, the transgender community so much. Like, it makes it feel like it's embarrassing to be a man that wants to be a female or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I view it, too. Like, you just make it seem like it's, like, bad for guys to wear drag, that, oh, if they wear drag, it's all jokes and fun and games. You know, some people, they're just not comfortable in their own skin, and that's their own purpose. Like, I believe I'm a human male. You know, I don't believe I'm a human female at all. But, like, it just is so insulting to those who, like, are uncomfortable in their own skin, don't feel like they are, what's it called? Don't feel like they're accepted in society. I don't know. It just was bad overall. You know, it was just like a bad overall type of statement that WWE's trying to do, especially when they try to make it where they feel like everyone's equal and stuff like that. Like, that's just to me personally. Did I see the Rockets and Warriors going 7 games? No. I have Warriors in 6. I suspected the Rockets to win at least 2 games. I'm surprised one of them was in Oracle, but I still have Warriors in 6. Like, next game, I see that being the Klay Thompson game. So, yeah. How do I see the series going now, NBA? I see the Warriors winning in 6, Cavs winning in 6 as well. So, wow, Stephanie knows talent, that's for sure. I didn't review Raw because I wasn't feeling good, and so I went to bed. And then I just wanted to talk about the Lashley sister segment, honestly. Like, I just wanted to talk about that segment and talk about how horrible it was and stuff like that. I will talk about Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. Probably tomorrow will be my video upload. Will be how that should main event Money in the Bank and everything like that. Because I really feel like it should. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, This Is Your Life with Bayley was probably the worst segment, man. Like, here's the thing, Jay Barton. Bayley has not recovered from that. Like, they made Bayley such a fucking dork. And I mean it, man. Like, people who are already sussed about Bayley being this hugger little geek, it just made it even worse. Oh, you never kissed a boy before. And it's just like, it was so stupid because they just made Bayley like this loser. Like, they just made her like such a loser, like that she can never do anything right. Like, at least with Lashley, he's still got to kick someone's ass at the end of the segment. Yes, it was a terrible segment, but at least he did shit at the end. They made Bayley such a loser and the This Is Your Life. No, I'm good with WWE. I'm actually surprised WWE's saving Miz and Daniel Bryan for a bigger show, so I'm fine with it. As long as they build it up for me to care about it, I'm fine with it. But no, I can wait for Miz and Daniel Bryan. I'm glad that they're not blowing the road. Yeah, I know. They need Boston. They're just terrible on the road, and they're just a young team, man. Once they get Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, like, trust me, if Kyrie, even if Kyrie, without Hayward, but with Kyrie, I would still think the Celtics would have won this series. I felt the Celtics would have won the series with Kyrie, but without Kyrie, it's hard to say. How would you feel Kobe Covington wins the interim title and now he has sheep hashtag nerdbash 2018 LOL? Whatever. I don't think he's one of the elite welterweights. I don't think he's going to beat RDA. I think RDA is going to clown him, to be honest. His ground game is nothing to be impressed by. And that's the thing, too, because he's just going to, I think RDA is just going to vintage GSPM and stuff like that. So, yeah. What's in your order for these top worst segments? Old Day, ooh. This Is Your Life 2.0, or Lashley's sister angle, Katie Vick angle. Oh, easy. So, we'll go Old Day, Lashley's sister angle, This Is Your Life for Bayley, and then Katie Vick. The Katie Vick angle is just so fucking disgusting. Like, like seriously, who, like, you know it's bad because not, like, Triple H, he likes to break the fourth wall and he likes to make jokes of some of his, like, failed attempts at comedy or, like, just in general his failed reasonings and stuff. But he even doesn't even joke about that. He doesn't break the fourth wall and talk about him fucking Katie Vick. Like, that's the one thing, too. Like, they don't even joke about that, man. Do you think the main roster people should go back to NXT if they're not doing well in the main roster? That could be something you could do, but at the same time, it would just maybe shatter some people's confidence. I don't know. Like, I think it would be fine, but I think some people won't feel confident with themselves if they feel like they have to be stuck in developmental. Lana's fine in Money in the Bank. I'm just afraid that, you know, WWE's trying to use Rusev Day to get Lana over. Like, they say, screw Rusev, we want Lana to get over because of this. The worst wrestling returns. Oh, man, dude. I remember I liked Jericho's return where he was just, like, goopy and quiet, but when you watch it back, it's just, like, hilarious. Like, it's just, like, super bad. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's some, like Jericho coming back with all that stupid code stuff, that was pretty bad. Like, you're not the Randy Orton one, like his most recent one, like the this is the beginning and stuff like that. That was a pretty bad one. Like, he just came out, he was just like shaking the camera, he was just being a weirdo. Let's see. I don't know. Those are like some that I can think of. Like, oh, Christian in ECW. Like, remember Talk Christian was like, it's Christian. Like, he was like he was so fucking annoyed or something like that. Like, he couldn't believe it. Oh man, I hated Vito cross-dressing, man. Like, that was like the weirdest thing to me as a kid. Because keep in mind, I'm a 9-year-old watching that, and I just don't understand what WWE's trying to tell me with this guy. Like, it was just such a weird thing. Like, I hated it too. And then his theme song was disgusting, and he would do this in his tight. It was weird. Becky Lynch, look, yo, female Finn Balor. She's female Finn Balor. I just don't find Becky Lynch interesting. Yeah, she's a good wrestler. Yeah, she puts on good matches, but I like to me, like, I don't know, man. There's something missing with Becky Lynch. You know, I used to like her in NXT, but then I feel like the main roster makes me not like wrestlers sometimes. But like Becky Lynch in NXT, I felt she understood how to tell stories and do stuff. Then on the main roster, she just became the average every go, like, oh, I can wrestle. Like, come on, I don't want to see that. Somewhat of the NXT formula, but not to the certain degree of the NXT formula. Because the difference is SmackDown has to build to pay-per-views every week. NXT has the luxury of building to pay-per-views every once in a while. 6-women tag match should be the match that either Sasha or Bayley turns heel, but knowing WWE ain't going to do shit. Oh, the gauntlet match? Yeah, they ain't going to do anything with that. Yeah, I watched Total Bellas. It was alright. Like, it was funny seeing Cena, like, freak out about water, and then he was, like, freaking out. Like, I love how Cena's so afraid. I think Cena's just afraid of babies, man. Like, he's just literally afraid of, like, a baby vomiting on him or something. Like, he's just, and I know people are just afraid of babies. Like, they don't get why people think babies are cute or something like that. They just find them disgusting, you know? Tensai returning to WWE is disappointing. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, they were hyping up Albert. A-Train. They were like, oh yeah, A-Train is back, baby. He's going to destroy everyone. He beat Cena clean, too. They made Tensai look like he was a beast, and then all of a sudden, like, he just fell out of favor. Yo! Yeah, female Finn Balor is Becky Lynch, man. I know Stephen Curry's mom was crying on TV. It's like, man, why the fuck you crying, Steph Curry's mom? Like, no offense. You know your son's team is okay. Like, they're going to be fine. Like, they're going to most likely win the finals. Like, and this was like a game for the Rockets too, that like they did so well. Like, Chris Paul finally showed up. Like Chris Paul was like, no, I'm tired of being a loser. And he's like, James Harden, are you with me? James Harden was like, yeah, I'm with you for the second quarter, but the second half, man, I'm going to be tired. Because the Warriors, to their credit, they really attacked Harden super hard in the second half, or they made Harden, like, the one thing about Harden, what's it called? The one thing about Harden that you can tell is when he's tired, oh, he just doesn't even try anymore. Like, he honestly just doesn't try to do anything. And Harden, like, he was being attacked super hard in the third quarter, And then in the fourth quarter, you could just tell he was just like, nah, man, I trust CP3. Like, he put his trust in CP3 and Eric Gordon to show up. And, hey, man, Chris Paul played a hell of a game. It was a good game. And Golden State, really, to be honest, they just do stupid stuff when they're down. Because when Golden State feels pressure, they always feel like, oh, let's just get a three-pointer and then everything will be all right. Like, there's so many times where you're just watching that game and they're just doing like, you know, like they're just like take a dumb shot. Like, I get it. That's what hypes with the crowd. Like, trust me, nothing is more scary than when you see Curry dribbling the ball like a madman. Then he's covered and he shoots a three and that Oracle Stadium goes crazy. The PA announcer is like yelling Curry's name. Curry's doing his little shimmy and stuff like that. It's like, ugh. The internet fans that are turning on Ronda Rousey, they're just people that are just trying to find a way. Like, honestly, I hate saying this myself, but they are people who are just complaining for no fucking reason. Like what's wrong with WWE wanting to push someone that's going to make them money? We always talk about like, oh, let's want the companies to succeed. Stop bashing the companies. And so now WWE's pushing someone who is generally trying to be a big face for their company, and they're just saying, no, screw you, we don't want you. It's not like Ronda Rousey's like Roman Reigns, where it's like she's an unknown commodity. Like, Roman Reigns was an unknown commodity. You don't know if Roman Reigns will actually be a merch mover or not. You look at Ronda Rousey, you know she's a merch mover. You know she's going to do good business. So why are fans mad that a wrestling company is trying to do good business? That makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. Like, it's funny. It's like, these are the same fans that are like, hey, stop insulting All In. Support All In. You gotta support All In. You gotta like All In. Yet, when it comes to Ronda Rousey, like, oh, man, pushing her too soon. You're just shoving her down our throat. It's like, but Rousey's actually known to make money. Rousey's actually a huge star for this company. So what's wrong with that? Like, why are you mad that Ronda Rousey is going to help the company make money? If like for real, if this was Ring of Honor and Rousey was there and she was being pushed to the moon, like, oh, they would be fine with it. They'd be like, this is getting eyeballs on the Ring of Honor product. It helps Ring of Honor. It's like, no, like, it's just so dumb, man. Any wrestling company that has Ronda Rousey, has our girl, Cringe Ronda, they'd be so happy. They would do the same shit. Don't even at me on that. They would. So these internet fans turn on Ronda Rousey, they're just hypocrites, to be honest, because they want to talk about, oh, like, Ronda's a proven commodity. It's not like you're pushing like Jinder Mahal and hoping it fucking works or something, you know? I do not know Travis Banks. I'll maybe watch some footage of him. I'm behind, man. I'm behind on the best of the Super Juniors and stuff like that. Oh, it's okay, Batman. Yeah, sometimes YouTube doesn't notify people, which is stupid. I don't get it, man. But yeah, man, welcome to the chat cave, dude. Yeah, no, they're like, and I'm part of that group of the internet wrestling fans. I can attest to that. We're never happy. We always find something to bitch about, man. But it's just like, to me personally, like, I just don't get how you have the mindset of like, oh, let's help make money for wrestling. Ronda helps make money for wrestling, yet she's a bad thing. Like, I just don't get it, man. Yeah, that was Ronda's best promo, man. I made a video on that, Jay Barden, but I'm happy for it. Like, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, there's scalpers and there's the resale tickets, but that's going to happen for every event, man. The fact that they were able to sell out the tickets that they had and they lowballed it and they were able to get fans to maybe come to the arena, that's cool. Like, to me personally, I'm happy for them. You know, I hope that the building is actually sold out when the event comes. But for me personally, I hope there's a way for fans that don't have tickets to watch it, because I really want it, because this literally is the second biggest show of the year. Like, people are super hyped about it, man. But yeah, no, I'm happy that they sold out, man. It shows that there's drive and determination in the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes. You know, it helps out with, like, when, people like me sometimes like to make jokes. Oh, these guys can't draw, these vanilla midgets and stuff like that. But it shows that, even a dog can have its bone one day, like that something good can happen to any wrestler. So I'm down with All In selling out, man. What's the stream about? Well, Bruce Terry, I did a SmackDown review, and then like as tradition on this channel, whenever I finish a review of any wrestling show, we do a Q&A where you can ask wrestling, sports, or just basically anything, especially if you're new to the channel. Sometimes people want to know more info about me. So yeah, that's what this stream's about right now. It's just an open Q&A where you can ask any question, man. I was having a debate with my brother, and he's no internet smart, but he even says they're pushing Ronda too soon, and it's not going to help the company, so that happened. Well, man, dude, stop. Like, tell your brother, man. Tell your brother, Blue Knight, that, man, Ronda's making money. Yeah, no, WWE fans, they hate WWE the most, man. Like, they literally are the one. That's why it's, like, super funny when people think, like, you're a WWE defender or something. When someone, like, comes at you and be like, oh, you're just an E fanboy. It's like, how am I E fanboy if you just make fun of the company a lot? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just harsh on every company. Everyone that knows that, man. Who are the top 3 picks of the NBA draft this year? Like my personal ones, or who I think the teams are going to choose, Kadeem? My personal ones are DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, and Michael Porter Jr. I'm huge on Michael Porter Jr., just like I was huge on Jaylen Brown, just like I was huge on Jason Tatum. Don't at me, okay? Because I was huge on both of those fools. And look at where they're at. So I'm huge on Michael Porter Jr., but who I think that's going to be chosen, I think the Phoenix Suns are going to choose Aiden. The Kings are going to choose Bagley. And then the Hawks will luck into Luka Doncic. Like, to me personally, I just see the Kings. The Kings could choose anyone for this matter. Because here's the thing. If the Suns don't choose Aiden, I don't know what the heck they're thinking. I know a lot of people are going to say the game's more of a perimeter game. But the thing is, the Suns are set on the perimeter. They already have perimeter players. They need a big man. They don't need pussies like Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender and guys that don't want to grab rebounds. You need someone that can actually pair up with Devin Booker and do more than what Devin Booker does. Because Devin Booker is a good scorer, but when it comes to being an overall player, he just doesn't have the overall skills yet. So you need someone that can rebound and block shots. Aiden's already at the University of Arizona. It'll be convenient for Suns fans because people who followed him in Arizona will follow him to Phoenix. The Suns have a great loyal fan base. They'll welcome him with open arms. I just don't. If they pass on Aiden and they don't take a wing player to pair up with Booker, and I know everyone's going to say take Doncic, but I'm not going to say take Doncic. If you don't pair up Booker with like Porter Jr. or Jaren Jackson from Michigan State, I don't know what the hell you're thinking, Phoenix. Like, for real. The Kings, though, oh, they can do whatever. They're that one team, like, you would think, oh, they're going to get Luka Doncic. But they could just draft whoever, man. For all we know, they'll draft one of the Bridges brothers at... they're not brothers, but, you know, one of those Bridges boys at 2 or whatever, man. But I just say Marvin Bagley because they're already set on the center position. You have Zebo, and Zebo is... Come on, let's be real here, man. We love Zebo, but Zebo's old. Marvin Bagley feels like he would fit well with De'Aaron Fox. You don't need help at the shooting guard and small forward position because you have Buddy Hield and you have that Bogdan kid. So really, to be honest, take one of those fools. And then the Hawks, oh, take Luka Doncic. Him and Dennis Schroeder would be a great backcourt. I would love to watch that backcourt. Just 2 cocky assholes. That'd be great. But yeah, those who I think will be the top 3 picks. Honestly, I won't be surprised if Doncic falls to like number 5 or something like that. Just because, you know, the international thing. Like, I know everyone loves Doncic and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised because the Kings, they're literally the start of the draft, man. Yeah, I hope they don't go on, like, they need to really think of a stream and not use ROH servers. ROH servers are the worst, man. I agree with everything Pro Wrestling. Punk is fighting at the next UFC card. He's actually fighting in 2 weekends. June 9th. I forgot the UFC number off the 224. I want to say it's 224. No, 225. He's fighting at UFC 225 on June 4th against Michael Jackson. I did not make that up. He is fighting someone named Michael Jackson. And then I think he's going to make somewhat of an appearance at All In. Yeah, I think he is going to be at the All In, Jay Barden. I don't see why he wouldn't. I just think that would be such a logical show for him to be a part of. Especially in the area that you're in. Like, it'd be kind of a waste if he wasn't there. Oh, where Doom got hit by USADA. Oh, R.I.P. We're Doom. Worst cartoon movie I ever watched. Oh, man, dude. Well, we all know the Recess movie's not on there because that was an excellent 5-star classic. See, here's the thing. I'm not going to choose a movie that doesn't have a cartoon show. You get what I'm saying? Kadeem, because it's easy to just choose a movie that, like, that's a Disney movie that has a standalone, like Cinderella 2 or some bullshit. But no, man. Like I'm going to choose a cartoon movie that actually had a TV show that they were trying to make into a movie. Like I said, the Recess movie not on there. That's a 5-star classic. Let's see. The Doug movie. Yeah, Doug movie. I think we talked about this last live stream, how I hated that movie and the sea creature. Do I think WWE will turn Roman heel? Roman is kind of already a heel, but as a character sense, no, because he's still their babyface. Unless there's a way that you can find it where it just makes sense that, hey, there's this one guy that we think can actually make us more money than Roman, then yeah. But at this point in time, no, I think Roman's going to stay face for a while, unfortunately. The Buffalo Bills are an interesting team. I actually think they're going to be good off their playoff success, that they made it to the playoffs. For me personally, I think the Bills, they have a chance to once again make the playoffs, but they have to worry about some of those teams in the AFC West. I honestly don't know what they're going to do with Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen a lot, but I don't know what they're going to do with him. If CM Punk returned, he would just come out, cut a shoot promo, and then you set up a feud with like Roman Reigns or Vince McMahon. Preferably Vince McMahon in a match. That would be fucking awesome. I would have CM Punk feud with Vince McMahon as his return. Thoughts on Vince McMahon telling Kevin Owens to lose weight or else he'll lose his top spot in the company. You know what's funny? I was going to tweet this, but I forgot. I was going to tweet something about this because I was rewatching Raw. And I noticed Kevin Owens had some tricep definition, man. Like I noticed Kevin Owens started to slim down. Like, maybe black is a slimming color, but have you guys noticed Kevin Owens has kind of slimmed down a little bit? I mean, honestly, yes, the fat guy gimmick is a good gimmick for Kevin Owens, but when it comes down to it, Kevin Owens should be like trying to keep up his appearance to be like somewhat skinny fat. That's just me personally. How's Care Bear doing? He's doing the same old usual bullshit, Isaac Barack. Nothing. Do I think Ryback will ever return? Nope. Hashtag stay woke. Yeah, Woke Reigns, man. The Woke Reigns promo was, that was his best promo, but too bad I don't believe anything that he's saying when he says that the machine is holding him down. Is there a schedule for the live stream or random days? So Bruce Harry, for just so you know, what I normally do on this channel is if I do have the days off and the free days, I normally review Raw and SmackDown and sometimes Impact. It just depends on my mood. I review them live on this channel on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. If I have the free days, I upload Try to Regular at least 2 to 3 videos a week. And then every Friday, if I am able to and if I have time, I do a Friday wrestling stream. That one is always kind of set that it happens on Friday. And most of my streams happen around the night time. So this is like kind of like the time that you would see my streams, or is at night and stuff like that. Mainly because most of my viewers, I guess they're more available at night than they are during the day. So yeah, when it comes down to it, that's when the streams are normally. But I do also upload regularly. I do that so that way some people who don't watch my streams, they can still watch the, my wrestling content, but in a more condensed fashion. Because sometimes the streams can be an hour long, and I don't blame people who don't have an hour of their time to watch. I don't know. I don't know why Gangrel was fired, to be honest with you. I really don't know why Gangrel was fired. That could be because of his weight. It could be because he was filming porn. Who knows? Yeah, no, Kevin's been slimming down. Like, I know it's like there's a point. Like, I'm being dead serious, man. There's a point in the match where he's like holding down, and you could see the tricep extension that he had. I was like, oh man, Kevin Owens, you're losing that weight, man. So good on Kevin Owens, man. He looks fun. Like he doesn't need to be buff. He just needs to be somewhat skinny, man. Like, you know. Oh, grandma got run over by a reindeer. Oh, I love that movie, dude. Like Xander. Next to the Recess movie. No, I'm just kidding. No, I remember I did not understand how that's a Christmas movie. How is that a Christmas movie? The kid is such an idiot. He lets his grandma get run over by a reindeer. Like, he's the reason why. He's the reason why. Thank you, Bruce Harry. That's always awesome to hear, man. But yeah, that kid was such an idiot, man. I know what you're talking about, Xander. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Like, funny enough, I saw that movie on ABC Family, not even Cartoon Network. I saw that on ABC Family, or now Freeform. Y'all, did y'all watch 13 Reasons Why Season 2? Man, dude, that shit was stupid. All these characters pissed me off, man. Oh, yeah, I think Ray will compete for WWE. I think right now he's just doing other dates that he promised, and he's kind of going to be on like a part-time limited basis with WWE. Hopefully in a good thing. Isaac Baraka actually uploaded a video giving my thoughts on the Lashley segment with Uber driver. Obviously, it's one of the worst Raw segments we will ever see. Do you feel one day WWE should do a collaboration with Lucha Underground in the future? They should do a collaboration with New Japan. They should do collaborations with... yes! Why wouldn't you? It makes like perfect sense. Why not? Why not gain advantage? Why not actually build your brand a little bit more? I'm not saying, oh, they have to be a part of the WWE. I'm just saying, do a collaboration. Have some fun with it. Do good stuff. Tugboat Joe, that is the worst news I ever heard. 4-hour WWE pay-per-views. Like, okay, you're telling me back in the day, like 2011 through 2015 or whatever it was, WWE was able to do all these pay-per-views. They were able to do all these pay-per-views with 2 brands. Hell, 3 brands if you count ECW. They were able to do that with 3 brands and have 3 hours of a pay-per-view. Now you're telling me that you need 4 hours. Why? 4 hours should be saved for freaking like the main pay-per-views, like SummerSlam and Survivor Series and stuff like that. Like, now I have to dedicate 4 hours of my time to watch a pay-per-view that I don't even know what's going to happen. So yeah, man. Thoughts on the Vegas Golden Knights making the Stanley Cup in their first season? Hey, man, what a wonderful sports story that is. And heck, if they win the Stanley Cup, oh man, dude. That would just be even more amazing. Now, guys, I'll be right back. As you guys know, I have ulcerative colitis. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Oh, thank you guys very much. Sorry about that once again. I wish I had a cool graphic. I've just been too lazy to put a picture. We should really get the Kairi Sane picture back, like, so that way y'all can see how cute she is, man. Yeah, I heard there was a rumor my girl Kairi Sane was backstage. Oh, I was hoping to see some Kairi Sane. You know me, I was all ready to see her just come out and act like she was a pirate. And oh, so adorable that woman is. So yeah, no, 4-hour WWE pay-per-views, I don't even care for that. Do I think Sarah Logan is so awkward in the ring? I honestly have not watched enough Sarah Logan. Like, I know her microphone skills are like Scott Steiner levels of awesome, but when it comes to her in-ring work, I just don't know much about her. Can you look CM Punk return to the WWE as a part-timer? That would actually be fit best, right? That way you don't have Punk complaining he's on the road all the time. I think there will have to be a stretch where Punk's there for a good 3 months. But as a part-timer, I actually think that'd be pretty good. You could do a lot of cool stuff with him as a part-timer. Yeah, I think Punk as a part-timer wouldn't be a bad thing for him if he returned. So I'm a little confused with what's going on with WWE and Fox. So is Raw and SmackDown going to Fox? No, Blue Knight. So Raw signed a deal to stay with the USA Network. I believe they got triple fold of what they already currently make. So Raw is staying on USA. SmackDown, starting in the fall of 2019 next year, will be moving to Fox. Will be on the Fox main channel. The one thing I don't know is if it's going to be taped and aired on Fridays, or if it's still going to keep their Tuesday lineup. So John Cena and Nikki Bella are back together. In other news, the water is wet, the sky is blue, and we have fingers in each hand. Whoa. Xander also asked, do I think the Cena and Nikki breakup was ultimately a work? And here's what I have to say. I think it was a work for Nikki Bella. Like, Nikki Bella worked John Cena. I think John Cena was in the dark of this. Because here's the thing. Total Bellas is renewed for not only season 3, but for season 4. So, you have it where, you know, they plan these seasons based off the season finale. That's how all reality TV is. And so, the one thing for Total Bellas and Total Divas that you've been waiting for is Nikki Bella and John Cena to get married. That's the one thing. If you've been someone who's been watching Total Divas and watching Total Bellas since season 1, the one thing that you been waiting for is a John Cena and Nikki Bella marriage. And you've seen the relationship of John Cena and Nikki Bella. Not all of it, but you've seen it evolve via this TV show, via this form of medium in entertainment. I like Total Bella and Total Divas. I know that gets a lot of flack for some people. I don't know why. I can enjoy my mindless garbage. I like it. It's mindless, fun garbage that I can watch. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it's something that I do enjoy watching. And so, when it comes down to it, that's the one thing that they've been building up to. So, if you do the wedding this season, what the hell are you going to do for season 4 to make people care? Because that's the one thing people have been waiting for, is the fucking wedding. It's the fucking wedding. That's the one thing you care. The only thing that could top the wedding is Nikki Bella giving birth. That's it. And I think ultimately, Nikki Bella wasn't ready to give birth. I know everyone's going to be like, well, Chase, if you watch the show. No. Ultimately, I think Nikki Bella realized, oh, we got season 3 renewed. We know we're getting a season 4. Let's have the breakup be the season 3 finale. And then you get Daniel Bryan's return. And you sprinkle that in. And that'll be a great season 3 finale. And then later on we go into whatever season they're on Total freaking Divas. Because I'm lost on that show because they take mid-season breaks. You have Total Divas. Then after Total Divas, boom! You have freaking season 4 of Total Bellas. You get the Cena marriage, and then that way you can see if the show's still doing good ratings. If you get a season 5 and 6, there's something to build off of. So yeah, man, I think Nikki Bella worked her way into this because she knew what was best for business. But I think Cena literally just did not see it coming. Like, me personally, I just literally think Cena was literally shocked by this. Like, he is literally lost on it. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people are going to say Chase ultimately was a work by all parties, but for me personally, I believe Nikki Bella was working John Cena. Do you consider PWG a major wrestling company? To some degree. I don't think it's like worldwide, but I do consider it like a major company, at least in the North American standards, yes. Do I think WWE, TNA, ROH, New Japan Pro Wrestling will work together? it could happen one day, but it just depends on contracts and TV rights and everything like that. That's one thing people always forget about when companies try to work together is the TV rights that you have to like worry about, because sometimes these wrestlers sign stupid deals, man. Tanahashi versus Cena would be awesome. Okada versus Rollins would be great. Omega versus Styles. I've seen it before. Who's excited for it? Hey, JC, how's the New Japan's Best of the Super Juniors tournament? Is it fun? I'm super behind. Thoughts on Overeem versus Blades being a prelim for UFC 225? Wow. The Reem getting the play. What bumped it? I thought it was a main card fight. Oh, man. Curtis Blades, dude. Not only can he not get in the video game still, he's on the prelims again. Yeah, man. That's a bummer. Unless Fox acts for that fight. That better be the prelims main event. But yeah, man, that's a bummer, man. Oh, Woke Range show? That'd be hilarious, man. You get to see his wife, and his wife is just like wondering why he's such a weirdo. Be fucking awesome. I'd bring back WCW, man. ECW is cool, but we already have enough like promotions that are like ECW, so we don't need that. We need WCW. We need like a federation that just brings in old rejects and brings in like mega stars that we didn't know were mega stars, and just do a bunch of crazy stuff, and just isn't afraid to like just do random shit like that. That's the one thing about WCW is that you always gotta give WCW credit about this. They're like the ones that started the Attitude Era before WWE. When WWE was stuck in '95 with like Bash and Booger and the Goon, like Hulk Hogan was facing what's it called? Hulk Hogan was like driving monster trucks and throwing Big Show off the freaking hotel building and stuff. Like WCW, man, they just didn't care, man. But like the thing is too, a lot of WCW stuff was coherent. Yeah, JC, I was asking how's Best of the Super Juniors. I've been super behind. What's it called? I'm super behind on my Best of the Super Juniors. If there's anything I need to watch per se and stuff like that, I just want to know how it's going. I'm still gonna watch the tournament, but I just want to know what I've missed so far. Like I said, I'm super behind. But yeah, no, WCW just didn't care. So yeah, I'd rather take WCW back than ECW, man. Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man. He's not Tobey Maguire. Okay, stop it. The Venom trailer is very interesting. I gotta see more though. I gotta see more. Like I know, like we got Venom, and he said we are Venom. Like that's cool and all, but I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more Venom in my life, man. Oh, I know the World Cup. Oh man. I'm so hyped for the World Cup, man. Like even though the Netherlands didn't make it this year and USA didn't make it, I'm still hyped. I always get hyped for the World Cup, man. Like it's just such a fun watch, man. It's like when soccer's the best. I don't know who's gonna win, dude. Like there's so many stacked squads that I think could do well. I think though, like I don't know. I think Brazil might be riding high still. I might go with Brazil. I know that sounds like a bandwagon pick, but yeah. Oh, Mysterio. Why? What the fuck? Mysterio. Rank the Spider-Man, the movies or the characters? Let me know and then I'll rank them. I just want to know which one you're talking about first. Cause man, we gotta throw animated Spider-Man in there, like and Drake Bell. Like if we're gonna just rank the Spider-Man, and then the idiot that plays the Spider-Man in the video games. Rank every AJ Styles versus Shin match. Shin! From worst to best. I don't like calling him Shin, but I don't know how to spell his full name. It's just SHINSUKE. Shinsuke. So it would go Greatest Royal Rumble would be their worst. Then the match they had at Backlash. Then the WrestleMania match. Then their SmackDown match. And then their Wrestle Kingdom match. That's what I would rank all the AJ Styles and Shinsuke matches. Oh yeah, I'm still behind too. I did watch all from night one. Ospreay and Ishimori was fun, I bet. Tiger Mask, ACH, and Yo from Roppongi 3K won their matches from last night. That's all I know. Okay, for sure. Alright, Bruce Harry. I might be here Thursday night for Impact Wrestling, so come join in for that one too if you like Impact. CM Punk versus Mike Jackson. Arbrosque versus Tyo Visa. Holm versus Megan Anderson. What the? Holly Holm? Why is she on the main card? Fuck her. He's like, for real. Yeah, Deadpool 2 was funny, man. I like Deadpool 2. I like both movies though. Like I think they're the characters. Oh, okay, man. So number 5 is so Andrew Garfield is the worst Spider-Man. I don't care what anyone says. Shut up. He's the worst. Then we got video game Spider-Man from like Web of Shadows onwards. He's like number 4 and stuff like that. Like he's like in the middle. Like he's good, but he's like a little bit too whiny. Like MJ, like it's super annoying. Then you have Tom Holland. Okay, Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man. Not the best though, but he's good. He's good. Then you got Drake Bell. Drake Bell brings Spider-Man to life a little bit. I really like how he plays his voice and everything. Then you got the animated Spider-Man from Spider-Man the Animated Series from 1999, a living legend. And then you got the GOAT, Tobey Maguire. I don't care what anyone says. He's the GOAT. He's Spider-Man. Stop. Like, you know I'm right. When I convinced a girl in my class, and this is how you know I'm old. Like, this is where I feel old, man. Like, I go to school, and there's girls that were, and guys that were born in the year 2000. The year 2000. That's amazing to me. Now I'm talking to human beings like I was 7 when they were born. Like I can't believe that. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I convinced someone that was born in the year 2000. When Spider-Man 1 came out, these motherfuckers were 2 years old crawling. When Spider-Man 2 came out, they learned how to walk. When Spider-Man 3 came out, that was sadly probably their first Spider-Man movie. But I convinced a girl that was born in 2000s, Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. She agreed with me. So you know what? The GOAT. Living legend, man. Just, man, Holly Holmes, like, I win one and I lose. It's like, Hockey's pretty good right now, man. Germany's always good to win the World Cup. They're so stacked, too, man. Like, let me see the World Cup odds. I really want to know the odds for the World Cup. World Cup odds. Like, I just want to know who people have as the favorites, man. Like, I don't know. 2008 betting cups for Russia 2018. That's, it's going to be such a good game. Odds checker. Let's see. Who are the favorites? World Cup. Let me check in World Cup power rankings, man. Let me check in the power rankings. I think Brazil has to be up there, right? Spain? What the fuck is this shit, man? Man, this is some fake news right here. This article is saying Spain. Ugh, no. Argentina took a big blow. They're not. Their goalie's not gonna play. That's a huge blow right there for Argentina. Who's this loser? Nick Amos. He looks like Nick Wright. This guy literally looks like Nick Wright. He for real, man. Yeah, you know, that wasn't Tobey Maguire. That was all Sam Raimi's doing. Iceland, I don't know much about Iceland. Maybe I should watch them a little bit, man. Yeah, no, dude, isn't it weird, Blue Knight, when you're in a class, man? Like, because I was talking to this one girl, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I just turned 18." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I had to think about it. I was like, "Wait, were you born in 2000?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my god, man, I feel so old right now." She's like, "Why? What year were you born?" Because I don't know why. When I tell people my age, it's either one or two things. People are like, "Oh yeah, I can see it," or people are really shocked by my age. Like they really think like I'm like younger than I am. Like when I say, "Yeah, I'm 25," they're like, "No, you're not 25," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 25. I'm an old man," especially compared to these college kids, man. It's so weird, dude. I can't load these World Cup rankings, man. I'm pissed. Why my computer so slow? Oh well. It is. Oh, what does Max Holloway say? It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, I got a new car, guys. I don't know if y'all care, but I got a new car and everything like that. I got a Chevy Sonic 2017. It was a gift and stuff like that. It was pretty cool, man. I paid for half of it. Like I need something to start building my credit, to be honest, because I'm a loser and I'm 25 years old and I still haven't learned how to build my credit. So I needed something. So I put my down payment on it. So yeah, now I'm building up credit, guys. So I'm adulting a little bit, man. Oh really? Okay, I guess I'm going to Iceland then. Like I'll marry 3 different chicks and then yeah. Do you think Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka would be a good tag team? And then would you like mixed tag belts? I'm not a big fan of mixed tag belts, but yeah, I think they would be a good tag team. So yeah, I think that'd be a solid tag team. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of mixed tag belts. That'd just get too convoluted and stuff like that. So yeah. Russia's gonna get some favorable calls for sure. I think they'll make the quarters, but I don't know about semis. Thoughts on Dylan Dennis being like McGregor? Who's Dylan Dennis? Who the fuck is that guy? I haven't seen anything of Dylan Dennis, so you have to show me him. I don't know who the fuck he is. Is he like another Conor McGregor running around trying to be good? Conor McGregor's hilarious, dude. Y'all gonna, if you have Netflix, watching the Notorious McGregor doc. That was a good documentary right there. I actually enjoyed that one a lot. What? Thoughts on the McDonald's jokes and Mackenzie Dern? Oh, that she's fat. She can't make weight. Was she eating McDonald's before? That would be even worse if she was eating McDonald's before the fight. That would be even worse, man. Hey, man, dude, I feel bad for Bellator 200, man. They lost their main event. Like, Bellator 200, man. That's like the 200 card, man. They lost their main event. Now it's like Musasi versus the middle card, the middleweight title fight. That's now the new main event. But man, they lost it, dude. Is that also going to? No, that's on Friday. The Bellator card. Wait, right? Yeah, that's on Friday, and the UFC is on Sunday, right? I think so. I'm gonna watch the Bellator card regardless. I think it's gonna be hilarious. So yeah. My favorite IC belt design is the 2000, like the 2002 to before Cody Rhodes changed it. I want to say 2011 IC belt design. And the title I'd bring back, man, that's a hard one. That's a great question. What title would I bring back? I feel like because I would say the European just because I like the design of the belt. But like, do we really? You know what? I would bring back the ECW silver belt, right? But I would give it a different name. Like I would call it something else that would make it. What's it called? Make it Dean. Wait, no, I know because UFC has the Sunday show, has the Wonder Boy versus Darren Till, the heavyweight and stuff like that. So yeah, no, yeah, because Bellator has like a card and stuff like that. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. In London, it's Bellator 200. Cabarlo versus Musasi. It was supposed to be headlined by Crow Cop and Big Country, but then Crow Cop got injured. Oh god. Yes, Tugboat Joe. Spider-Man 2 is the GOAT. It's not even close. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I love Homecoming." Well, of course you love Homecoming because it's more updated. But if you watch Spider-Man 2, it's a general classic. Who has the most underrated NBA career, Brandon Roy or Vince Carter? Oh, that's hard. Well, Carter had some limelight on him. Brandon Roy never really got his just due. He was a really good defender, not just a really good scorer. He was just normally hard for any defender to defend. And there's been moments when Brandon Roy went off, oh man, it was so fun to watch, dude. Like Roy was like Stephen Curry before Stephen Curry, you know? Like honestly, Brandon Roy, he had potential of maybe being an MVP one of these days. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. He was really, really freaking good. And stuff like that. So yeah, man. Hey man, Timberwolves is great right there. Brandon Roy. We had Brandon Roy for a minute on the Timberwolves. That shit was hilarious, man. That was when I was like when I believed that like Andre Karolinko and Brandon Roy were the missing pieces to the Timberwolves, man. Coming up next, we have a light heavyweight belt. It'd be like, oh yeah, man. Oh, okay. So I have to see what McGregor's what jiu-jitsu quotes. He doesn't teach fucking McGregor shit. Like, what ground game does he have, man? So apparently Raw was a drizzling shit. According to my Twitter timeline while I was watching Celtics/Cavs game, I know about the Lashley segment. At the end of the day, Lashley knew what it was. Yep. Do you think AJ Styles is the best wrestler in all wrestling right now, or do you think he's the GOAT or could become one? He's one of the best, but I think Okada is the best wrestler currently right now. Take away John Jones. Who would DC fight in his retirement? Kane. I think that would be a good fight for him to fight in his retirement. His best friend, right? He wants to see if he's the best heavyweight. He wants to see what would happen. It'd be a fight between two friends. It'd be a fight that would draw some interest because it was something that, you know, quote unquote, would never happen. So I think Cain Velasquez would be a good one. Oh, man. What about Gabriel Gonzaga when he knocked him out with the head kick? That shit was hilarious, dude. And then Gonzaga was going crazy. Yeah, man. There's some fights this weekend, man. Like, it's going to be fun watching the Bellator and the UFC this weekend, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for both cards, to be honest, man. The UFC London card. UFC on London is always, like, good cards, man. Like, the UFC London cards are normally always, like, super stacked, super awesome. Getting to see Wonder Boy and Darren Till, that right there is just going to be crazy, man. I forgot when's I know it's this weekend. Why are they showing me this? What's it called? Let me go to Darren Till. I'll look it up later. I'll know what it is later. Man, I got some curry to eat once I'm done. I'm super excited for it, man. What movies are you looking forward to this year? For this summer, Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm looking forward to. I'm honestly when I used to work at the movie theater, I could tell you all the movies I look forward to. I don't work at the movie theater anymore, so I can't even tell you like what new movies are coming out. I just know like there's certain movies where I see I'm just like, oh, that looks good. Like I'm looking forward to Ocean's 8, Jurassic World, and stuff like that. Yeah, those are the movies I'm looking forward to. Most controversial movie I've ever watched. Probably Passion of the Christ, right? That movie had like a bunch of crazy shit going on, so that would probably be it, man. Do you prefer Joe Martinez or Bruce Buffer as a ring announcer? You know what? Joe Martinez has grown on me, man. He's very lively. He bumps up the crowd a little bit. You know, it's weird not hearing like "It's Time" by Bruce Buffer, but I think Joe Martinez is pretty good. But I think Bruce Buffer is still the GOAT, and I still prefer listening to Bruce Buffer saying "We are live" and stuff like that. Who do you think Undertaker and John Cena's last opponent should be? And are you going to watch more Ranello Dark? The Undertaker and John Cena's last opponent, Taker's last opponent should have been Roman Reigns, but it's not. I honestly don't know with Taker who his last opponent should be, but I still think it should be a young guy to put over. Cena's last opponent, though, should be, you know, your next top guy. That's when Cena finally passes the fixtures torch to whoever it's going to be. And yeah, I'll check out the more Ranello Dark. I'm not looking forward to it, but yeah, I'll watch it. Do you think Quicksilver will be resurrected in Avengers 4? No, because the actor's not signed on for Avengers 4. Simple as that. But it would be cool to see him. But then again, are you really going to try to compete with Fox's Quicksilver? Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. We went on for a little bit. We talked about the SmackDown. We answered some questions. I'll see you guys maybe Thursday. I might do a review Thursday of Impact. I don't know if anyone will tune into that, but I might do a review. So we might do this Thursday. Might see you guys Friday. Just depends on my schedule. But thank you guys very much for tuning into this episode. If you guys like what you saw, hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. Hit that bell to be notified whenever I go live and upload a video. Remember, guys, just like our champion Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. And